Hi. So, I had the most touching encounter, and I just really felt compelled to share because I just went through the whole range of emotion on the phone with an insurance agent. Welcome to my world. Okay, so, oh, I laugh now. You're going to be laughing with me in a minute. Callie, be quiet. Come here. Come on, kennel up. Kennel up. Okay, so let me first, I got to get the guy's name because it's important. He needs to be recognized. Callie, no. Kennel. Let's go. Kennel up. Hang on. Pause. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so his name is Alfonso. I can't, I don't want to show you all the other things I wrote down, but Alfonso, the guy that listened, is how he is forever embedded in my mind. So I called the insurance. Okay, I don't even know where to start because this shit is complicated. So bear with me. I may be all over the place with this. I called to get health insurance. The last time I called to get health insurance, I was guided incorrectly. I was offered wrong information, and I was given a plan that does not offer the coverage that I need. Disheartening, frustrating. Again, like, what am I paying for? I couldn't even use a policy, so I'm not exactly sure. I feel like that needs to be a whole conversation with someone. I want that disputed because that just pisses me off thinking about it. The fact that I paid for something because I was misled. Because lied would imply that the person saying it maybe knew that they were telling an untruth. I don't believe that that's the case. I think that they are given information that is not as detailed as what it needs to be. And there are fine lines, and there are stipulations, and there are also state guidelines that need to be met. And I live in Florida, and we're not going to even go anywhere further with that. But I did find out that in Florida, which most states, it is an automatic, doesn't matter what insurance policy you have, doesn't matter. It's automatic. You have mental health coverage. Period. It's like kind of looked at like a basic human right to be able to help your mind and your body, which it absolutely should be. Oh my gosh, I've gotten so far off this freaking story. It's all relevant, I promise you. And if you allow me to tell the whole story, you'll get it. So now I'm calling to get coverage, and the man is asking me, not the man, Alfonso is asking me what kind of coverage I need. And so I'm telling him the story as to why I am calling him. And I feel that I need to tell him what happened to me at the urology appointment. And this is the beginning of the story. So I have a condition that was triggered by misuse of medication by a psychiatrist. Basically, I was overdosed, and my body, in the midst of being overdosed, responded the way that bodies do. And I was told that all of these things that were happening to me, because there was a lot of things going on, a lot of symptoms I had. One of the symptoms was a full bladder empty without any awareness that I even needed to go to the bathroom. And the problem is that my bladder was still able to hold urine, that wasn't the issue. I could retain a lot of urine. The problem was when my body was ready to release, I didn't get that message that I needed to do that so that I could go to the bathroom, and it would just happen wherever. And so I was told, like I said, all symptoms would go away after I stopped the medications that were given to me. And the only one that didn't go away, to my knowledge, is the full bladder empty. So I end up getting what's called an interstim. And an interstim is a medical device that's placed in your back, and it allows your brain and your bladder to have now communication, so I don't have to pee my pants anymore and be humiliated when I do it in public or wherever. Doesn't matter. And then having to explain to people, and it's just like a lot. So I say these things out loud, and I'm like, this is a personal injury, and the doctor is probably dead, and I waited too long. Whatever, doesn't matter. Hello, let's get back to topic. Topic is so I get this interstim. The first one's very successful. I have it placed in Jamestown, New York. No, Ohio. I don't know. It doesn't even matter where the hell I have it placed. Maybe it was Ohio, Jamestown. It was Jamestown. Sorry, Jamestown. I had it placed there. First one was very successful. I think I got 5 years out of the battery. That was the only reason it needed to be replaced, was because of the battery life and technology at that time. That's just what was available. Now we're 3 or 4 units later, and I am now in Florida, and I've had them placed in Jamestown, in Ohio, and in Florida now. That's very important to the story. I've had them placed in 3 different states. I am not brand new to these machines. However, this is the first time that this has ever happened to me. So I go to an appointment. I've been struggling with this particular interstim. It's not as effective. I know I'm getting some relief. I just am not getting the relief that I should have. I know what it looks like to have a good, functioning, accurately placed machine. And that's not what it is right now. So I went back to the doctor to have it adjusted. And in the adjustment, they do a few things, but one of the things that they do is they can change the programs. The machine has different programs, and they can also change the amplitude, the intensity of the stimuli, or decrease it. They can change the pattern of the stimuli. There's a lot of different things that they can do, and it's a lot of hit or miss, and I understand the process. I'm a very patient person. I'm also medically based. I work in the dental industry presently, which definitely is why I'm very conscientious of patient care. So, that being said, I'm there for an adjustment so that the machine can start serving a better purpose for me. I trust this medical professional to help do that for me. He has bragged about how many he has placed, how effective they are. Great. Show me the money. I'm not seeing those kind of results, so take me there. I'm waiting. So I'm there for an adjustment, and First, I guess I just want to note that there was no, hey, I'm going to stop the program. The stimuli is going to stop. No, I'm going to turn it back on again. Like, there was no forewarning. He was just, he's kind of one of those doctors that doesn't really like to talk to you if he's not in the mood to talk to you. There is a definite level of arrogance. He doesn't want to listen to what his patient says. He wants to practice. And I don't know how you can not do both in order to be a successful practitioner, okay? So okay, so he is fiddling on the iPad, and I'm sitting in the chair, and I remembered, jumping a little bit because I got stimuli, and it wasn't, it was shocking because I guess I wasn't expecting it, and it is uncomfortable, but it's a pain that is not something that I can't deal with, and it's part of the process, and I totally get that. So we're going through, those types of scenarios where he's turning it on, turning it off, I'm getting nothing, and then I'm getting a little jolt. Well, then there comes a point where everything stops, and then the stimulation was so intense that I lost control of my body. My back arched. My left leg went completely straight. I started convulsing. It took every ounce of my being to scream, help, make it stop. Help, make it stop. Please make it stop. I don't know how long it went on for. The doctor appeared to be struggling with the iPad, like to respond to what he was tapping, because the tapping was a lot of tapping. And so it just looked like it wasn't listening to him. And so I thought, what happens if it doesn't stop? What happens if it doesn't stop? So, when it does stop, I remember the feeling of relief, yet that panic of how can I make sure that he doesn't hurt me again. Now I'm willing to do or say anything to ensure he can't do that again. He's not going to hurt me again. I just wanted to leave. I don't know what was said thereafter. I really don't know. I think I did know at one point. I don't remember right now, but I think at one point I did remember. Hopefully I wrote it down. But I know that this event has affected me on a level that I can't possibly begin to explain to you. 6 months prior, I was released, maybe even more, maybe it was a year. I don't even know at this point, but I want to speak truthfully and honestly about all of this because I think that's always important. But I don't know how long I've been out of therapy, but I know it's been quite some time. I want to say it was around Thanksgiving or Christmas, so that would be, a pretty decent chunk of time that I've been out of therapy. And out of therapy, meaning that my therapist said, wow, Nicole, you've made amazing strides. I'm so honored that I could be a part of this journey. Go spread your wings and fly. You no longer need me. Like, it was like, really? Wow, Nicole, good for you. Like, it took me a long time to get to a point where something like that could happen. I've been, in and out of active therapy since I was 16 years old, 15, whatever, doesn't matter, a long time. So no one has ever said to me, you don't need me anymore. That was super exciting. And I felt such a sense of pride. And I felt such a sense of accomplishment. And I saw the benefits of the hard work. I saw the benefits, period. So I know what well looks like. I know all too well what the ladder is as well. And I don't choose to reside there. So, that being said, oh my gosh, it was important for you to hear the whole urology story. I told this story to Alfonso. And in my vulnerability and my blind faith and trust in a person that I have no idea who they are, to the other end of the phone. And I told him my story. And he got real quiet. And he says, ma'am, sorry. He said, ma'am, that is not okay. I am at a loss for words right now, but what happened to you is not okay. Have you discussed this with anyone? And I said, I don't know who to talk to about it, but I know something needs to happen because it's not okay what did happen. And if I could be guided, I would be willing to talk to someone. And he proceeds to tell me that, he's just an insurance agent who is selling insurance, but he's not okay with what he just heard. And he doesn't know what kind of power or clout his voice even has. But he felt compelled to share my story with his supervisor in hopes of putting a stop sorry. It's like my whole body just, I have to take a minute, sorry. Okay, I'm back. have no idea where we left off. Sorry. I just know that I have regressed. I have regressed, Callie, it's okay. I have regressed to a time I don't know actually if it's regression. I don't know, because I don't ever remember a time where I had all of the things. Like I'm feeling all the things. And I guess I'm not used to feeling all of the things. Like my vision is affected. I feel... Okay, sorry. My dog's an Australian Shepherd, so she is an alarm for all things. Gosh, and the distractions, as you can see, like, hit a reset, and I have no idea, like, where we are. I'm just dealing with a lot. So I guess I would also now like to discuss symptoms and what I'm feeling, because I think it's important for other people to know what anxiety and panic and dread and you know, and these are just my labels. You've got your own labels that you can place. This is what mine looks like. Like, a sadness that is so great that it hurts your body. Physical pain. When you hear stories of injustice, prejudice, any of that, look, it hits on a level that is almost unbearable. And then you feel here, on top of all of the aches and the pains that your body is experiencing. My ears will ring. I suppose it depends on what stage we're in. So there's different things that happen in different stages. And the ringing of the ears is definitely when I'm starting to disassociate. So the ringing is my, hey, here we go on our trip. And the ringing returns when I return, and I know that that means that I'm coming back into myself. I'm so good at it, and I can do it anywhere. I don't know how safe it is. I don't know. I don't know what my... I just don't know. I don't... I mean, people tell me that they are unaware. They are unaware that this is happening to me because I'm so functional. Which is probably not good. I'm just so fucking functional. And, know where I don't know. I don't know. I just know I'm gone. And that's the important thing, is that I get to go somewhere. And I do go somewhere. And it saves me for that period of time. And I feel a lot of rage. I feel like I want to escape my own skin as if it is a prison. Overwhelmed with these rush of emotions, not knowing how to prioritize or calm or soothe or stop. Panic sets in. And then that fear of, when is this gonna stop? Seems to be a common thread. I suppose that's normal for someone with complex PTSD. I'm sure we all wonder when it's going to stop. When you're little, you just don't think you're going to die. So you wonder how long it's going to go on. Thank you for letting me share. This went on for way longer than what I thought it would.